Okay, Sarah, here's some spelling words for you. The first word is the number 1, but before we write the number 1, I want you to think about being all alone. The word is alone. 2 syllables, alone. The first syllable, we often use a to say in an unaccented syllable when it's all by itself. Alone. Second syllable, lone. O, lone, and then I need an E to make the O say O. I'm going to mark it. And I want you to notice this word right in here. If I am all alone, there's only one person. This is also related to the word lonely. If I wanted lonely, I would copy this word, put it over here, paste. There we go. If I want lonely, I'm going to get rid of this part. Gone. And then remember, lonely, I'm adding a suffix on. I don't drop the E because I'm not adding a vowel suffix. The rule is silent final E words commonly lose the need of the E when you add a vowel suffix. The suffix is ly. It's not a vowel suffix, so I'm just going to add it on. Lonely. If I'm lonely, I am only one person all alone. Do you see the word one in there? And remember, the word is odd because the pronunciation has changed, or the spelling has changed over time. We say one, you don't have to spell anything for the w sound, but one, we're taking the way we wrote one when I'm all alone, and if I am lonely, I'm only one person. And here we go. The sound of the O is right? And it's a really odd sound. I'm going to mark it with an X. Make sure you pay attention that that's the odd spelling. And this E here is silent, but it's kind of telling the world that, hey, this is a really odd spelling. So this is this word one. The W is not spelled with any letter. It's invisible. It's kind of like stuck to the O. And we have the O saying right? One. We might as well write the next numbers. And I want you to think of the word 20. Say 20. How many syllables are in 20? 20. That's right, 2 syllables. The first syllable is twin. Sound t. W. E. Twin. Twin. Next syllable. T. T. And then we have a Y saying E at the end of a syllable. The next word I want you to write is 12. 12. Say the word. It's one syllable. It has lots of sounds, but just one syllable. T. W. E. 12. V. And then we know we can't end a word with a V, so we stick an E at the end. I'm going to mark it as a silent letter. It's there. Now 20, 12. Oh, how about the word twice? Twice, I'm going to do things 2 times. T, w, I, s, and then we use the C to say s, and twice. And then I have an E, and this E makes the I say I, and it also makes the C say s twice. Now, we used to say twu for the number 2, just like we say 20, 12, and twice. We don't say twu anymore, we just say 2, but we kept the spelling the same. So right now we have the t, and we're using the T and the W to make the t sound. And then to make the oo sound, we're using the O. And that's the third sound. Remember, ah, o, oo. just like in do and to. We have to. You can think twoo, and that's what we used to say, twoo, but we don't say twoo anymore. We say two for the number 2. While we're writing the word to, let's remember that the preposition to, as I want to go to the store, t-oo, and the O is making the oo sound there, to the store. And then if I have too many words, too, meaning too many, I'm using the O-O to say oo. Remember the sounds of the O-O are oo, o. I'm using that first sound. So I have the 3 words to, sound alike, different spellings, and the different spellings help me remember, help me see what's being, what the intention is if I read it. I know if I'm reading TWO, I'm reading about a number, and TO is a preposition to go to someplace. Okay, and while we're here, let's write the word 3. 3. 1 syllable. The first sound is r, e, and I'm going to use the 2 e's together to say e in 3. There we go. Let's also write the word hear. We're first going to write the word hear as in I want to hear you. The sounds are ear. Let's write the sounds. In this word here, I want to hear you. I try to remember I'm going to hear you with my ear. And I am going to use the EA to say E. Ear. Hear. And do you see the word ear there? I will hear you with my ear. The next word I want to write is above. Above. Say the word above. 2 syllables. The first syllable is and I didn't write that very neatly. We know we use A says at the beginning syllable of a word, an unaccented syllable makes the sound. Above. Next syllable, bove. B. Oh, here we have another but this time I'm going to use the O to say Remember, o, u, It's that 4th sound, the schwa sound. Above, and then I have to end with an E. And that tells me, well, the V is not by itself at the end of a word, above. The tricky part here is the O says Okay, if you'll remember the tricky part, above, and I don't know, the A is kind of tricky. You have to remember it's an A saying not a U. Let's go back and look at the tricky parts. Alone, lonely, everything's the way you would expect it to be. 1, this part here is just tricky, right? 20, everything is the way you would expect. 12, everything's the way you expect twice. But in the word to, this part here is tricky, right? We don't pronounce the W anymore, and we know that the O can say oo, like in this word to. I'm going to the store. In this word here, hear, I want to hear you. I want you to remember I will hear with my ear. And we use the EA to say E. Okay. Next word. Other. Other. 2 syllables. Other. Oh, we're having a but this time it's a O. And I will show you why. other. Next sound is th, and this O here, it's not other, it's other. It's that fourth sound of the O, and it comes from when we write mother. Mother.
How's it working?
And brother. Remember, this is where the words used to be spelled with U's, and at one point in time when books were handwritten, they changed the spelling of the O, of the U to an O. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. To an O. So it was easier to read. So other, brother, mother, and then also in the word of, which you remember the word of. So the spelling got changed. We use the fourth sound of the O, in these words. Okay. Now let's write the word words. Words. What's the first sound you hear? Well, this first thing, it's a base word, word. The first sound is w, I hear the w. What says after a W? Right, we have to use the OR to say after a W. So remember the WOR says word. And then we want to make it plural, words. We just add an S. Next word, each. Each of these words has something interesting. Each. The sounds are each. Just two sounds, but it takes a bunch of letters to write it. To make the E sound, I'm not at the end of a syllable, so I can't just use the E. I'm going to use the EA to say E. And then my next sound, each. I have to use a CH. I can't use the TCH. I'm not after a single short vowel, so I have to use E, ch, the EA, and the CH. Okay. All right. And let's write the word could. Could. I could do this. Could. The sounds are k, and this is that we have just these few words. To make the sound, I'm using a O-U-L. D. Could. And I'm going to kind of put a line under it or a box around. Oh, I know, I was using the yellow. This part is odd. O-U-L to say in could. And if you remember could, you will also remember would. O-U-L. And should. Sh. D. O-U-L to say in these words. Okay.